that she met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him, how old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
The drama surrounding Jay-Z just keeps escalating, and it's reaching new heights with the re-emergence of his alleged son, Ramir Sway, who is ready to stir the pot once again. The long-standing accusations against Jay-Z about having an illegitimate son are back in the spotlight. And this time, Ramir isn't holding back. For those who might not remember, Ramir claims that Jay-Z fathered him with his mother, Wanda, back in the early 90s. According to Ramir, Wanda got pregnant after a brief encounter with Jay-Z in 1992, which she says happened in his Brooklyn apartment after he picked her up in Philadelphia. Wanda insisted that they used protection, but it failed. She went on to raise Ramir as a single mother and only heard from Jay-Z once, 2 weeks after the encounter, and never saw him again. Wanda later named Robert Graves, her boyfriend at the time, as the father on the birth certificate. But in 2011, a paternity test revealed that Robert wasn't the father, leaving Jay-Z as the prime suspect in the case. Ramir, who was told by his mother at age 8 that she believed Jay-Z was his father, has since been fighting to have Jay-Z take a paternity test. But despite years of legal battles and public statements, Jay-Z has refused to take one. This has fueled the fire for Ramir, who claims he doesn't want money from Jay-Z. He simply wants him to take responsibility if he is in fact his father. In his own musical career, Ramir released a track titled Stacks, where he says that Jay-Z has actively tried to prevent him from succeeding in the music industry due to the controversy surrounding their paternity dispute. But the plot doesn't just involve Ramir and Jay-Z. There's a darker side to this story as well. Wanda, Ramir's mother, passed away in 2019, but up until her death, she reportedly insisted that Jay-Z was her son's biological father. Ramir and others close to the family have speculated that the emotional stress Jay-Z may have caused Wanda over the years could have contributed to her passing. From the legal frustrations to the personal toll, it's clear that Wanda's relationship with Jay-Z was strained, and Ramir's statements suggest that the battle may have taken a real toll on her health. Over the years, there have been several attempts to bring Jay-Z into court for a paternity test, but Jay-Z has always avoided it. Legal filings were dismissed in the past, including a 1990s child support lawsuit Wanda filed against him, which was thrown out because it was filed in the wrong state. But Ramir hasn't let that deter him. He's continued to push for Jay-Z to come forward and take a test, accusing him of using his wealth and influence to dodge accountability. Ramir claims that Jay-Z's refusal to take a paternity test and his denial of the allegations are an abuse of power. Ramir has said that Jay-Z's legal team has used underhanded tactics to prevent him from getting a fair hearing in court. He accuses Jay-Z's lawyers of colluding with the music mogul's legal team to obstruct justice. Ramir has made it clear that he wants nothing from Jay-Z but the truth, demanding that Jay-Z stop pretending like he's innocent and take responsibility for what may have happened all those years ago. The drama has escalated to the point where Ramir has stated that this isn't just about proving paternity anymore. It's about exposing the truth and holding Jay-Z accountable for his actions, or lack thereof. You're telling the truth. Why are you so adamant about not taking the test? Ramir asks. If you say I'm not your son, just take the test. Despite all of this, Jay-Z has remained silent in public, addressing the situation only vaguely in his music. On his track, Heard About Us, Jay-Z made a reference to the rumors, saying, "Billie Jean in his prime for the 1,000th time, the kid ain't mine," which many took as his way of denying the paternity claims. However, Ramir and his supporters argue that Jay-Z's refusal to take a paternity test only fuels the suspicion that something isn't right. To add another layer of complexity to the case, Ramir also revealed that his mother had tried to reach out to Jay-Z multiple times during her life, but was repeatedly shut down. Legal attempts, as well as personal attempts, were met with cold indifference, which has only added to the resentment and frustration that Ramir now expresses. In an emotional interview, Ramir went as far as to say that Jay-Z has avoided him because he's afraid of the consequences. "I'm coming for the music industry regardless of what anyone says," Ramir declared, indicating that he won't let the matter rest. Ramir's story is a complicated web of legal battles, family tension, and accusations of injustice. While many in the public remain divided on the matter, one thing is certain: this fight isn't going away anytime soon. With Ramir continuing to seek a fair process in court and Jay-Z remaining silent, it looks like the mystery of whether Jay-Z is Ramir's father will only continue to unfold in the public eye. Whether Jay-Z will eventually take a paternity test or remain in his current stance is yet to be seen, but Ramir's resolve to keep fighting is stronger than ever. As the situation continues to unfold, one thing's for sure: this is one roller coaster of a legal and personal drama.
You got these lawyers that just frauding and pitting anything they doing, anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be hold it responsible for this, because you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, this continue to overlook fraud is just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then I don't know what else we can do to help you guys believe that it's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the and we did nothing wrong.
Ramir Saw, the alleged son of Jay-Z, has taken his battle for a paternity test all the way to the Supreme Court, hoping to unseal the case and force Jay-Z to take a DNA test. In a recent statement, Ramir expressed his frustration with how the legal process has been handled, claiming that Jay-Z has used his power and influence to frustrate the entire process. He asked, "I'm just asking everybody, all the judges or anybody working on the case, to do what's right and to do their job the correct way. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's time to actually do your job." Ramir's case was initially rejected by the Supreme Court, which claimed it did not have jurisdiction to reopen matters from the appeals court or unseal trial court records. However, Ramir didn't give up and refiled the case in the appellate division of the New Jersey Superior Court, activity in driving home, and prevents him from getting to his father. Despite this effort, the process remains difficult. JZ's legal team argues that he should be exempt from a paternity test in New Jersey, citing that he doesn't own or live at property in the state, which adds yet another legal roadblock. As of now, there seems to be little Ramir can do to force JZ to take the test. Ramir has been over about the emotional toll this ongoing battle has had on him, especially in light of his mother, Wanda's death in 2019. In a recent interview reacting to Jay-Z's comments on the case, Ramir said it is heartbreaking and frustrating to see Jay-Z deflect the allegations. Ramir pointed out the hypocrisy in Jay-Z's public statements about valuing honor and protecting children. He questioned, "If Mr. Carter values the ideals of honor and protecting children as he claims, he should step forward with transparency." A raised voice quavered with self-awareness, as if speaking from experience. Much too soon. He continues to deflect and avoid. The allegations against Jay-Z go back to the early 90s, when he allegedly fathered Ramir with Wanda, who was just 16 years old at the time. According to Ramir, Wanda was picked up by Jay-Z in Philadelphia and taken to his apartment in Brooklyn, where they allegedly had sexual intercourse. Wanda, who later insisted Jay-Z was Ramir's father, was allegedly never contacted by Jay-Z after their brief encounter, and it wasn't until years later, when Ramir was 8 years old, that his mother revealed her belief that Jay-Z was his father. The case became even more complicated when Wanda filed a civil lawsuit seeking child support from Jay-Z, but the case was dismissed because it was filed in the wrong state. Despite this, Ramir has never stopped pursuing the truth, even though Jay-Z has continued to deny the allegations. Ramir says that his legal battle is not about seeking money or fame, but rather about uncovering the truth and holding those responsible accountable. He emphasized, "This is not about greed or spectacle. It's about uncovering the truth." Ramir also shared a statement from his godmother, Dr. Lily Coy, who expressed deep disappointment with the legal process and accused it of systemic corruption. Dr. Coy detailed how she had personally experienced the obstacles and misconduct involved in the case, even mentioning that illegal liens had been placed on her property in 2023, which she believes are linked to the dispute. Dr. Coy also spoke out against the actions of Jay-Z's legal team, claiming that they had used their influence to derail the case. She said, "As the Frama legal guardian of my godson Ramir, I have first-hand experience navigating years of allegations of fraud and misconduct in cases involving Mr. Carter and his legal team." In a particularly poignant part of her statement, Dr. Coy honored Wanda's memory, calling her a central figure in the story who endured great suffering. "Her story deserves to be heard, and her name must not be forgotten," she wrote, calling for everyone to remember Wanda Saw. While Jay-Z has publicly mourned his loss of innocence and expressed heartbreak for his family, Ramir has accused him of hypocrisy, claiming that despite his statements about valuing family and protecting children, Jay-Z has not once reached out to him to acknowledge or deny the paternity claims. He said, "Despite my efforts, Mr. Carter has never once written a letter to me to address these claims, whether to deny or acknowledge paternity or to address why his attorneys committed this fraud." There is also the possibility that Jay-Z is refusing to take the test because of the implications surrounding his alleged relationship with Wanda, who was 16 at the time. Some speculate that Jay-Z may be trying to avoid the legal ramifications of his actions. Wanda's godmother, Dr. Coy, previously noted that Jay-Z's legal team had initially been open to settling the matter privately and even discussed the possibility of signing Ramir to a record deal. However, when they realized the potential legal consequences of his relationship with a minor, the attitude of Jay's lawyers reportedly shifted, making it clear that they had more at stake than just the paternity case. Another shocking claim Ramir has made is that after filing a civil lawsuit against Jay-Z, someone attempted to take his life, firing shots at him. He has accused those close to Jay-Z of using intimidation tactics to try to silence him and undermine his efforts to seek justice. Ramir believes this is just one of the many ways Jay-Z has used his influence to avoid the truth coming to light. Interestingly, while many would assume that Jay-Z's wife, Beyoncé, would encourage him to take the paternity test and put this issue out of his mind, many believe that Jay-Z may have had the impotences to hide behind comedy writers and actors. Behind them, it appears that she has supported him in his refusal. Ramir has claimed that Beyoncé has been the one urging Jay-Z to avoid taking the test, though the reasons for her involvement in the decision remain unclear. Despite all these obstacles and personal challenges, Ramir remains committed to seeking justice. He has made it clear that he is not backing down, despite the years of legal and emotional battles he has faced. As this case continues to unfold, it raises questions not only about Jay-Z's personal life, but also about the lengths to which someone will go to protect their reputation and avoid accountability. Ramir's fight for the truth is far from over, and with his unwavering resolve, it seems like this legal drama will continue to make headlines for the foreseeable future.
Beyonce thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Ramir needs to go away little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there with the song they made. And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property. Somebody came to my property in the evening time and had a conversation about trying to get in through the back door.
If Ramir Saul were to get Jay-Z to agree to a paternity test and it proves he's the father, it would significantly damage Jay-Z's reputation, especially with the ongoing lawsuit. Some believe Ramir could skip the test altogether by using an Ancestry.com DNA test, which might connect him to someone in Jay-Z's family. The pressure on Jay-Z is immense, and many are wondering if his refusal to take the test is tied to the legal and moral implications of the alleged relationship with Wanda, who was 16 at the time. There's also speculation that the years of legal battles and personal stress might have contributed to Wanda's death. With all these layers to the case, it's hard to see how Jay-Z can avoid more fallout, and people are wondering what other skeletons might emerge if this continues. What do you think? Could the stress have contributed to Wanda's passing? Let me know your thoughts.